Here we are on MacKenzie number 4, just days before we open on Canada Day. It's an exciting time for our entire membership as we've gone through a year of renovations on this 9 as the start of the process to provide our members a better golf course and a better playing experience. It's also the time where we look to ask our members to pay a little more attention to course care. The following videos and the associated literature that I hope that you watch and read will give you some guidance in how to care for our golf course. We ask all of our members to please, when playing not just the new MacKenzie 9 but all of our 9s, to pay attention to care of the course, as it's essential for turf health and to provide your fellow member with the best possible experience when they come to St. Charles. We thank you for paying attention to care of the course and hope that you enjoy your new MacKenzie 9 experience. Repairing your ball marks is essential for all members to do so we can have the best possible putting surfaces and as a courtesy to your fellow members. Here's how we repair a ball mark. What we do first is we take the back edge of the ball mark with a golf tee or a divot repair tool and we push in the edges. Once we've pushed in the edges, we stick the tee or divot repair tool in deeper and lift up the center. After we're done repairing the ball mark, we tap it with our putter and the green is back to where it was. Filling your divots on the golf course is essential to providing the best possible turf conditions for our members. Just like repairing a ball mark or raking a bunker, we are asking our members to participate in this to help keep our course in the best possible condition. Repairing a divot can be done in one of two ways. First, when we hit a divot that's healthy enough, we can replace it. If you're using this method, make sure you use a little bit of sand to top dress that divot to level it out. If you're using sand only, like I am here with this scoop of sand from my golf cart, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill the divot to the level of the fairway or maybe slightly higher. I'm gonna smooth it out with my foot. I do not require any more sand than that to properly fill the divot. When it comes to replacing divots, again, we ask all of our members to participate in our sanding program on fairways so that we can have a great golf course to play. Here we are in MacKenzie number 6, about 7 days before we open. I've got a ball positioned here in the bunker that is quite a ways away from where I'm standing. The reason why I'm going to enter the bunker here is because, as with all golf courses, but also importantly at golf courses that have higher edges or lips, that we enter from the low side. Number one, for your safety, so we don't stumble or fall into the bunker. But number two, to preserve our edges so that we're not climbing up these steep slopes and doing damage to the turf. So I'm going to enter this bunker, take the rake with me. I'm going to enter this bunker and I'm allowed to walk down and on these little capes here that are part of the MacKenzie design. They actually are intended for us to walk on and enter the bunker. So here I am, I'm entering the low side of the bunker with my rake. I place the rake beside me. I play my golf shot. I give my club a little toss back to where I'm going to rake towards. And I rake the bunker, tracing my steps backwards, back towards where I entered on the low side of the bunker, making sure that all of my footprints are filled and I'm providing a nice smooth lie for the next player that comes to play the 9. Just like ball marks, just like repairing divots, raking a bunker is essential to keep our course in top condition, but to also provide a great playing experience for the members that are following you on the golf course. The MacKenzie 9 has been outfitted with all new asphalt cart paths. This is a great time to remind our cart users about our cart rules. First of all, we ask that all members use the paths whenever available. This includes around tees and greens and staying on the path on all par 3s. Secondly, when members are approaching a green, we ask them to exit to the nearest path when within 30 yards of the center of the green. The reason we ask you to do this is so that we can keep the turf in great condition inside of that scoring zone 30 yards and in. Lastly, we ask you to just simply avoid all wet areas and all areas that are growing in so that we can establish the turf as best possible. When using a cart, we ask that you're mindful of the rules as it greatly contributes to the conditioning of the golf course. Pull carts are allowed at St. Charles anywhere on the golf course except on tees, greens, and in between greens and greenside bunkers like this situation here. The reason for that is we want to maintain our playing surfaces as good as possible on our tees, greens, and in the areas that surround the greens so that all of our players at the club get to play from excellent turf conditions. Here we are in the left-hand bunker on the new MacKenzie number 3. A wonderful short par 4 restored by Jim Urbina that's going to provide a great challenge to our members on a par 4 that they feel like they should score well on, but if we're not accurate with our approach, we're met with a little bit of a challenge with deep bunkers and or challenging short game shots. Today I want to teach our members how to get out of these deeper bunkers by giving you some tips on how to properly play a bunker shot and use the bottom of the golf club to help glide through the sand, elevate the golf ball, and land softly on the green. So when we're playing a bunker shot, we've got to think opposites, okay? If I'm setting up for a normal golf shot, I'm gonna set up with even weight on my feet, and I'm gonna set up with my back shoulder just a little lower than my front. When we're setting up for a bunker shot, we wanna level out our shoulders, and we wanna have the large majority of our pressure on our lead foot. So what I'll do to do that is I'll dig my lead foot in a little bit, add a little bit of flex to my lead knee, and now you can see how it's easier for me to level out my shoulders at address. The second thing in my address position is I will add a little bit of loft to the club, then apply my grip, and in my address position, I will point the butt end of my golf club at my belly button. You will see a cup in my lead wrist. This is the next opposite. With this cup in my lead wrist, when I take the club to the top of my backswing, you'll see how my lead wrist is still cupped. What many of you have learned in lessons from our professional staff is that we want that lead wrist flat. That is a no-no in the bunker. So again, pressure on the lead foot, cup in the lead wrist at address, level shoulders. So when I make my backswing, my lead wrist is cupped and this face is now open. This open face allows me to use the bottom of the golf club, adds loft to the golf club so that the club can slide through the sand on an aggressive approach down and spit the ball high in the air with some spin. I'll demonstrate like this. So I dig my lead foot in, add flex to my left knee, level my shoulders, make a practice backswing with my lead wrist cupped. I'm going to keep my pressure forward as I take the club back and increase it as I swing down and through the golf ball. And right there, the bottom of my club slid through the sand, ball popped up into the air, and I easily got it over top of that edge. Apply those principles to your bunker game, and I'm sure you'll have some success on the MacKenzie 9.